Alright YouTube, in this video what we are going to see is how to create the Pinterest layout. As you can see on the screen, the grid is not in a sequence, it is like a Masonry grid. If I inspect it, it will fit itself accordingly. As you can see on 200 pixel mobile, it gets a single grid. If it is greater than 200, you can see the two grid. That means the two column. If I use a space that is about 400 pixel, you can see the column has increased by 1. Now it is make 900. You can see the 4. In this video we are going to see how to do this. Fine. Before that, we would require some additional CSS property. I will leave the link in the description. These all are the property I would be using to achieve this effect. You will find the link in the description, and moreover you will also find the source code in the description. Fine, let me start. Before that, I would like to remove all the CSS and start from scratch. Let me remove all the CSS. Here we are going to use only the CSS and HTML, and let me show you what the HTML is. Fine. Here our HTML, we have a container called container div, which has a class container, and followed by that, inside the container we have a box with ID box, and then we have one image, the heading and the lorem ipsum text. So the box has image, heading and the details. You can see the lorem ipsum. The class is not important. Let me remove it. Fine. So this is the basic HTML we are going to use. Then simply I'm going to copy paste all this thing about 8 times. So I have 8 different images. Simply we need to change the image name. The image name or in sequence, I have my index file and the images are in the same folder, so that I don't have to give the path. But it is highly recommended to use the folder to store all the images. So this is for the basic tutorial purpose I am including it. Fine. This is without the CSS part. You can see we have a image followed by heading tag and followed by the lorem ipsum paragraph. Fine. Sorry. Now let me style the container first. Before that, I need to remove the default margin and padding by manually giving it 0 pixel, followed by I would like to give the background color as red. Let me give the color of the text as white. Fine. Now it's time for the container. The container is simply other class, so I'm using it with dot. The container will decide how many columns it has. So with the help of property called columns, let me have 4. Fine. Now will be 4 column. Once it's done, you can also specify the gap between the column with the help of property called column gap. Let me give it 20 pixel. Now it's time to now it's time to style the image. Inside the container I have ID box. Let me give the width as 100%. The same, let me give the image width the same 100%. You get this effect, and now it is clearly working. As you can see, one image is missing. Let me see what it is. It is because we don't have 9, we have only 8 images. Fine. Now as you can see, it is working absolutely as we thought, but only is a problem that there is an image at the bottom and followed by the content above. We don't need like this. We want to split according to the boxes. So for that we would be using the tag called, please note I am applying it on the box, break. The ID the property is break inside colon avoid. So now it's absolutely working as we thought. To get the Masonry grid effect, I would request you to remove the content a bit so that you get some Masonry effect. The column plays here the important role. If you understand the use of column and the column rule, which I will link you in the description, you will get the clear idea of what we are up to. And fine. Now let me add the padding and give the box a bit color. So let me give the color to the box background as yellow, and let me give the text shadow as 1 pixel top and bottom, 1 pixel left and right, 1 pixel blur and black. And to add the padding, top and top 10 pixel, left and right 0 pixel, left and right to be 5 pixel and bottom 10 pixel. And yes, that's working absolutely as we thought. Now it's time for the margin to the box. Margin 10 pixel, top left right be 0 pixel, bottom be 10 pixel again. You can increase by 20 for top. And simply we got our Masonry grid effect. Now it's time for the media query. For media query, the syntax is @media and max width. If the width is 900, I want the container to have the column of 4. If it is 700 pixel, I want the column to be 3. If it is 500 pixel, I want the column to be 2. If it is 300 pixel, I want the column to be 1. So now the width is 900. If I dig a bit, and we need to change the font size as well as we keep on media, as you keep the media query. Font size, let it be 10 pixel, and here it is 7 pixel. Let me decrease it by 5. It won't be readable and we'll keep it as well. So we have some problem in media, let me check what it is. So silly of me, I just missed the pixel. I just gave the hardcode numeric value. We need to include pixel as well. The only only mistake is the font size. Now let me give the I'll show you how to change. Fine, you can see there is no space. In order to get the space, you would require to add the margin to the container of 10 pixel, let's say, for all the sides. Fine. Now if you see a scroll bar, just decrease the height to 900 or even then 900. Fine. Inspect it. This is the first media query. If it is below 1000, you have to do, if it is below 1000, you have to do select. If it is below 700, it will change for 50 right now. If it is below 500, you want the 2 column. If it is below 500, you get 2 column. If it is below 300, you get 1. Thank you so much for listening. You'll get the source code in the description.